Alrighty, let's get into step two. Start creating time for yourself. One of the biggest obstacles for women to get started is when you say, I have no time. I just have no time. So we've got to really challenge this belief system. When you say, I have no time, are you saying that after you've tried to make time and discover that there is no time? Or are you just saying that? Because here is the brutal, harsh truth. I'm Guyanese. One thing that Guyanese people do is we shoot straight. We don't mince words. And so you're gonna trust me when I say this. It's not about if you have time. It's because we don't make time. And here's a psychological truth. If something is genuinely important to you, you will make time. When you had to go to school, you didn't have a choice. You had to make time to study and you had to make time to show up for class when you were in college. If you wanted to save for a house, you had to become very financially responsible to save for your down payment. You have to be very financially responsible to make the time to make your mortgage payment every month or make your rent every month. What's important to us, we will make the time for. And so you have to challenge this belief system that I don't have time. And here's the other thing. Whether you are happy with your life or not, whether there's situations in your life that you're not pleased with, or whether you're completely happy with it, but you just happen to be busy, you are not a slave to your life. The life you have, the partner you marry, the children you choose to have, the job you choose to take, you've got to break out of this mindset like these things are just happening to you. We make these choices. We have built this life for ourselves. Yes, there's situations that are outside of your control. Yes, life throws curveballs at you, and you have to adapt. And sometimes you're forced to move, or you're forced to change jobs, or your aging parent has to move in with you, so it changes the whole dynamic. Of course, these things happen, but at the end of the day, you choose how you spend your time. And whether you work a busy job, you still have hours in the day that you have to be responsible for. And the reason I'm saying all of this is that one of the most overlooked aspects of your weight loss journey is time management. You must learn how to manage your time for the rest of your life. Like people who are over 40 that look good, it's not an accident. It's very intentional. Because after the age of 40, your body stops cooperating with you. It takes longer to recover. Everything feels a little bit harder. So if you see anyone your age or older walking around in good shape, looking fit and have good vitality, it's because they manage their time and they prioritize. And so this is what you need to do. And the good news is, if you don't know where to start and you're not getting good sleep and you're not active and you're not meal prepping, there is time. You are going to be able to carve out quite a bit of time for yourself. So, how do you do that? Identify the time wasters and set boundaries. Meaning, because I'm going to say a lot of us moms, a lot of you mothers and wives out there are martyrs. Well intentioned. You give and you give and you give. And I know quite a few of you actually are walking around feeling unappreciated because you're not getting back as much as you give. And so that means you need to set boundaries for yourself because here's a harsh reality. Again, life coaching concept. You are responsible for your life and you're responsible for your happiness. And while it's wonderful if you have a partner or you have children who are going to be there for you and look out for your best interest, that's great. But that's the icing on the cake. But ultimately, you are responsible, which means you have to learn to set boundaries with your time. And if this weight loss journey is important to you, you're going to start doing it. But before we do all that, simple things you can do, reduce your screen time. If you want to get better sleep, the worst thing you can do is be staring at a phone right up until you turn over and sleep, or staring at a big screen TV watching a show and then shut off the TV and expect to fall asleep. All right? What you can do instead is create a bedtime routine where you set a boundary with the devices that you are on. Set a dedicated shut off time, so you give yourself time to wind down. Right? With work, especially if you're self-employed or you make your own hours, set off limits work hours to avoid burnout. Because we went into depth in the first lecture about stress. And work stress is a very, very dangerous thing. So setting off limits work hours to avoid burnout is very important. So basically saying whenever I'm at this point, whatever is not done will have to wait till tomorrow. And then also saying no to commitments that drain you. So one of the things that I implement with my coaching clients is something, it's a non-negotiable, and it's something that's called mental, emotional, and sensory rest. Mental, emotional, and sensory rest means it's not just about taking a nap. If imagine if you if you have a busy life and you have a busy job or you're always with your kids, and then you agree to go to a party, and in this party there's a lot of family members and friends, and you're talking to them. Again, we talked about good stress and bad stress. While that might be a good time for you, it is stress on your nervous system. You're going from interaction to interaction to interaction. And so you've got to get better at looking at how your day played out or how your week is playing out, and even looking ahead. If you know that you're going to have a busy work week and then you have this event coming up, if there and you know that you're already going to come into the weekend feeling exhausted, sometimes it's better to pass on that event and stay home and rest, or just have a quiet night. Something that allows you to unwind, because as we talked about in the first lecture, this is how you train your parasympathetic nervous system to activate. Because if you're always go, 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 go all day long, and then you go to this night event and it's more go, 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 and then you come home and you're wired, you're not going to fall asleep right away. And so you have to get better at identifying what events you need to attend and what events you can skip so that you can prioritize some rest and relaxation. Now, the other one, schedule health as a non-negotiable. And you would have heard this many times. Treat your gym appointment like a doctor's appointment. Treat your meal prep time and your grocery shopping like a doctor's appointment. And it's disappointing because we hear this so much that it kind of goes like, yeah, yeah, sure. But here's the thing. One of the things that I've learned from doing this for so long is that time does catch up with you. And so you either make the time a non-negotiable time to take care of yourself now, or in the future, and unfortunately I've seen this with people I've worked with, you will have to make time for your doctor's appointments. You will have to make time to fill out your medical prescription for your blood pressure or your cholesterol or your diabetes. You will have to go to the doctor. So you either go to the gym appointment and don't skip that, or 10, 15, 20 years down the line, you're going to have to go to the doctor's appointment and let them deliver the bad news to you. And I'm not into scare tactics, but I'm just sharing the truth with you. At this point after 40, if you don't turn it around, and the scary thing is the health complications are hitting us sooner and sooner. Typically, it used to be in your 60s. That's when you start getting some stuff happen to you and you got to start going on some medication. But the reality is now people are getting heart attacks at 40. People are dying in their mid 40s. People are getting diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. People have cholesterol. People have high blood pressure. So this is not a nice way of framing it. You either take your health seriously now, or you're going to have to take it even more seriously when you get sick. So as I say that, you want to set fixed time for your meals, your movement, and your sleep. And you must treat it as a non-negotiable. And in fact, with my coaching clients, every single client has a daily tracker, and it's called the daily non-negotiables. And they agree on which actions they're going to take every day to get to their goal of losing weight and feeling healthier. And without fail, in everyone's tracker, whether you're 40 or 60 or 50 or 35, there are accommodations for eating, for exercise, and for sleep. In fact, every single client has a morning routine and an evening routine to train their body to get to bed at the same time and wake up at the same time and get the right amount of sleep. That's what you need to do. Treat these appointments like work meetings. And if you need to use a planner or a phone reminder to stay consistent, then do that. Like, it's time for us to get very, very serious about our health. Because unfortunately, there's no reset. Like, if you get diagnosed with something, It's very, very difficult to undo it. Is it possible? Yes. But is it likely? Statistically, no. So while you still have your wits about you, while you still have your health, while you still have the ability to do better, you have to start making time for yourself. You have to get much better at managing your time. Managing your time not only with setting boundaries, but prioritizing what's important. And right now, your health is the most important thing. Thank you for watching this. I'll see you in the next lecture.